Hi, can you please tell me your name?
My name is Long.
Long. So,
Long.
So in English is like tall. So how did you get that name?
That name is from my parents and my grandfather.
So that's their last name, right?
Yes.
So their last name that's tradition in Vietnam. How did you get names in Vietnam?
This is a name in Vietnam. We have the family names, the middle name, and the last name.
So what is your first name? What is your middle name? What is your last name?
The first name we call it the family names. My family name is Trần, and in the middle name is Hoàng, and the last name is Long. Trần Hoàng Long. This is my name.
Okay, so when you fill up applications, when you travel, so what do you put for your first name?
Yes, also we put the name the Long first, but we change to English. We put the name Long first, Hoàng Long, and then the family name is the last.
So, do you have kids?
Yes.
What's their name?
His name is Phúc Vinh.
Long, again, right?
Not
no
long. Not Long again.
No, but I don't understand. In our culture, we get last name from our fathers, and first name whatever they like it. I don't understand how do you get your name.
Are opposites?
Are you opposite? So
yeah.
The last name of your father, it's your first name. Is it like that?
The last name is my name. The first name is the family name. You have any pen here?
No, I don't. But I got it now.
Yeah.
I got it. So tell me. You were telling me before that your grandfather liked kung fu movies.
Yes, he really loved kung fu movie.
So, what was his favorite kung fu actor?
Yeah, in Vietnam we also have a traditional kung fu.
Mm-hmm.
The Vietnamese traditional kung fu in Vietnam, but most of the kung fu art in Vietnam we have is from Chinese. Yes, look like is Bruce Lee. You know Bruce Lee?
Of course, Bruce Lee. Everybody knows Bruce Lee.
Yeah, he's famous not only in Hong Kong. He's famous everywhere in the world, right?
Yes, definitely, still today. So tell me, when we went to Ho Chi Minh, which is Saigon.
Saigon, yeah.
There is a museum about the war crimes during the long war between America and Vietnam.
Yeah.
So, in that time, who was fighting against America? Whole Vietnam or just one part of Vietnam?
Whole Vietnam.
Whole Vietnam.
Yes.
So, was like a Russian involved also in the Vietnamese war? Because I've heard different stories. So, I've heard that one part of Vietnam was with Americans against the communists, and another part of Vietnam they were with Russians for the communism. What is your perspective on that?
But they say that because why? You know what? It's in about when the war in Vietnam is in the South Vietnam. America they came to the South first, and but the government, another government in the South Vietnam, and but the Vietnam become the two places separate, and North and South is separate. But in the North Vietnam, still under Ho Chi Minh president. Ho Chi Minh president in the North Vietnam, and after the war after the war with the French, we lost many things. And even during the war in Vietnam and French, our country is poor country. We don't have too much money to buy the weapons, so we had to need the support from Russians, from the communist country, from China, from Russia, they support the weapon. But after we finished the war with French in 1954, and after 1954, Americans came to the South, and in the South it's same like the North before. So we have no weapons. How to get profit American, and how to mature become a one country. It's not easy. So we need the support from another country. We need the support from Russia also. So that's why many people say the Russian communists they support us in the North. Yeah, of course.
But tell me this. So, what do you So many, which is interesting for Vietnamese history. It's a beautiful country.
Yeah.
So I understand why so many imperialists wanted to occupy Vietnam.
Yeah.
But nobody succeeded actually. So that means you're really good warriors.
Yeah.
I assume you're a good warriors, right?
Yeah.
So tell me, what is the emotions about Americans? Do you hate Americans?
No.
Why not?
You know, in the world, is not really on the world. After the war, not even like 10 or 15 years before, when you talk about Americans, many people they scared, not only hate. They scared and hate Americans. But because last time we don't have a good education, we don't know too much about what did they do. But and then our generation, we have a good education, so we know more about the history in Vietnam. It's, you know, we not hate American anymore. You know, even during the war in Vietnam and Americans, it's mainly Americans. They don't want to have a war in Vietnam. Yes, sometimes they get on the way. They work. No, stop war in Vietnam. We don't want to see the war. They don't want to lose any Americans in Vietnam, and even they don't want to kill any Vietnamese in Vietnam.
But you know what? They start saying like another war in Vietnam after 25 years. So it took them a lot of time and a lot of that American people coming back to America in the coffins to say like stop the war in Vietnam. So do you think like they had that emotions because they felt sorry for Vietnamese people, or because they felt sorry only for their soldiers, or they just understood the war is not the right way to go like anywhere in the world? What is your feeling? How do you study that part of the history in school?
You know, history at school, the teacher and the book, he always lets us know about the real story. But I know some people, it's after the war, they work with another side. You see what I mean? They from another side. They say difference. The communists in Vietnam, you win for the war, it's not good, not really.
So you're saying that the Communist Party government in Vietnam are
Yes.
saying that war is bad for everybody.
They almost would, they want to get fired with the communist government in Vietnam. Because some of them, they work for the American people before. So they always think in their mind, they always think Americans in the world like before is good for them.
Good for them, okay, because they were making money with them and...
Before, I just remember before.
Before.
Yeah.
You know what I really liked when we talked earlier, when you said in Vietnam, you don't hate Americans, you really like Americans, you just hate the previous government of America who had a war in Vietnam.
Yeah.
And I think that's such a beautiful philosophy for your country.
Yeah.
Because where I come from my region, we have wars, but we don't forget about them. We are constantly in our mind, we don't let that go. So it's very hard to continue in the future if you don't let go even the worst possible memories of the wars. So that's really beautiful. I know there is a big community of Vietnamese in America, but it's my first time here in Vietnam, and it's a beautiful country and such a nice and friendly and welcoming people. So I was thinking, why is that? So I know your economy is not that amazing. So I assume the life is not easy in Vietnam, right? Because supporting family is not that easy, right? What is the average salary in Vietnam?
The average salary in Vietnam?
Yes.
Yeah, so depend on the location. If you work in the countryside, the average salary there is not much, just about 2.5 million per month or 3 million per month.
Okay, tell me in dollars. How much
It's
that
about
is?
150.
150 in dollars.
Yeah. $150 per month.
In a
It
big
is-
city, how
yeah.
much, for example, tell me how much a teacher in school makes per month in dollars?
So it depends again. So if the teacher they work for if they have the contract with the government, the salary is cheap and not much for them. You know, if they really love the student, if they want has the next generation have a good education, they work, they become a good teacher, they teach them everything. But you know, that if they work in the education at a school, that's not much money.
What's that? Not much. $200, $300. What is not much money?
About us, if the primary school, a secondary school, or even high school, the salary is just like us, 150 or $200 per month.
Per month.
Yeah.
And like, but are you mad about that? Are you negative about that? How does people feel about that?
You know, that if the teacher, they really good teacher, they're happy with that.
Good teacher is because why is that? Explain
You know
me.
why? If they are good teacher, because they want to give, they want to share everything they have for the student, for the next generation. For they want to teach the children everything. Because you know, in Vietnam, we have to go. If you want to go to school, you have to pay everything by yourself. The school free, everything.
Books free.
Book. Even if you're far away from your house to school, you have to pay for the room to go to school for study.
So you don't pay for the room when you go to study.
If the school is not far away from your house, no need to pay.
You don't pay.
Yeah. If your house is far away from to the school, you have to rent a room close to the school.
And then you pay for that,
Yeah,
right?
we pay. Actually, we pay for everything.
Now I don't understand you. When you say you pay for, do you pay for universities?
Everything.
You do pay for universities, really? Because I came from communist country. It was communist when I grew up, when I finished university. We didn't pay for university, we didn't pay for schools, for doctors, even we were getting like a free apartments. And what about communism in Vietnam?
But in Vietnam, the problem is the tax.
You have taxes.
You know, in your country, maybe in Europe, you had to pay about more than 40 or 50 or sometimes 60% tax.
In Vietnam?
No, in Europe.
In Europe, okay. In Vietnam?
In Vietnam, no.
You don't pay taxes.
If your salary is less than 10 million, no need to pay for the tax. About less than 500 USD.
But you know, I see that's not fair because I think someone who makes more money should pay taxes because that's how government makes money.
Yeah.
I don't know how do you make money at factories. For example, I know a lot of people from Europe, from America, they're opening factories in Vietnam, which is a capitalist system, right? So how does your country makes money?
If our country made the money from the stock from another investor, Vietnam, and even if we do anything with a lot of money, we also have the tax in here. And even for the land, everything we have it, but that's not much.
So, for example, if I want to buy something house here,
Yeah.
do I, as a foreigner, have to pay taxes, or I don't pay taxes?
If you want to buy the house in here, it's impossible. If you're a foreigner,
It's cheaper if
No.
I'm a foreigner. No, it's more expensive.
now you cannot buy in here.
I cannot buy here,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
But
If you want to buy a house in here, you have to become investor, and then I will sign my name. I will have you.
like in Bali.
Yeah.
I guess that's what you're saying. So, for example, I want to buy the house in
Yeah.
Vietnam. I fill up papers like investor, but the partner also has to be a local person.
Yeah, exactly like that.
And then you get certain percentage of that. So that's how it's going, right? Because Vietnam is such a beautiful country, it's a beautiful coast. So that's the way how government makes money in Vietnam.
They cannot cut the tax from the poor people, you know. You know, in Vietnam until now, so the government they support, sometimes they support for the poor families. If the kids they don't have enough money to go to school, the government they will support them.
Support them.
Yes, give them for 50% free, or if they are really really poor, okay, free for them.
But what is like really, really poor? Like they're not working, they don't have food.
You know, some of them they are. You know, in Vietnam we have 54 ethnic, and
Really?
some ethnic they from the mountain of Vietnam.
Uh-huh.
And some of them they to go to the city, and it's not easy to go to school. And some family they just have 1 or 2 children. You know, they have to work to have the parent to earn the money. If all of them go to school, who have the parent?
I understand. But tell me this. Do you maybe know the fact that in the West, especially in America, people are still very afraid of communism?
Yeah.
So when you say that you come from the communist country, they usually see it's really, really bad. Or it's a really big propaganda if you're saying that it's not that bad. So can you like share with the world, right, with our audience, can you share your feeling about living in a communist country? I mean, can you tell us something bad about like this system and something good, or you're just gonna say only good things about communism?
Yeah, right. But you know, I'm Vietnamese. I live in Vietnam now. Actually, it's a communist country also. But you know, I feel in my life is still good, much better. Like many people from another place.
In which way? Tell me.
Yes, somebody they. But actually, you know, for first about the currency, the money is our money. Is the cheap one of the cheapest country in the world. The money. But you know, when many people they come here, they want to eat something, they compare. The value is similar. You see what I mean?
Yes, I see what
Yeah.
you mean.
And even the life in here, you can do whatever you want, but they have legal in here. And the most important, you cannot use the gun public. The people cannot use public for everywhere. If you get in here, it's safe, one of the safe country in the world, in Vietnam.
But tell me this. So you finish university, you get married. Can most of the people buy apartments with their salaries, or you live with your parents?
Actually, see, normally we stay with our parents until we got married. And if we had a good job, if we had a good salary, we can buy the house by ourselves.
Is it
just at the city? In the city.
But is it tradition that you stay and live with your parents even when you're married, or that's not tradition in Vietnam?
That's not a traditional in Vietnam.
It's not tradition.
Traditional.
It is traditional in Vietnam. So do you like that, or you don't like that? It's a new generation.
They have 2 ways to think about that. You know, if the young guy like now, they think they learn, they accept the education and the life of the Europe people. Okay, they should live in the house when they're 18, right? But for me, if with my side, we prefer to stay with the parent. Because we also, in our mind, we think that when we were the kids, the parents take care of us. You know, in Vietnam, like I said before, we had to go to school and pay everything by ourselves. The parents, they had to work hard to earn the money for us. And then when we finished the university, we had to work hard again. We earn the money to take care of them. Because you know, in Vietnam, when you get old, you have to earn the money. Yeah, that's a problem. So they don't have to, they cannot work anymore to earn the money. So we had to have the parent take care of them when they get old.
In most countries, not only Vietnam, believe me, in most countries is like that. So maybe only in a really, I wouldn't say developed country, I would say like economically strong countries, people when they retire, they can take care of themselves. But that's a really small percentage all over the world. So tell me about religion. What is, because as I told you, I was born and raised in ex-Yugoslavia, so we also was open communism, free schools, free education, free apartments, traveling. But we studied in school Marxism, so we studied that God doesn't exist, that man made a God. It's not like other way around. So we were allowed to have religion, but not really. You know, how is the situation in Vietnam? Are you allowed to follow religion?
Yeah, this Vietnam is free for you to, if you want to follow any religion you want.
So, okay, let me ask you this. So if you're, for example, Buddhist or Christian or whatever religion, can you work for the government?
Yeah, for sure.
So can you be high-ranking communist in the government and being a Buddhist at the same time?
Yeah, you know, see, in Vietnam it's fair for everybody. It's fair for everybody. They don't care who are you. If you're Vietnamese, but you're a good guy, you can work for the government, you can take care of the life of the people in Vietnam. Okay, why not? Even you can become a prime minister, no problem.
No problem.
Yeah.
But like in my understanding, I'm just saying like my understanding from my experience. From my experience, like communism was, if you're a communist, you don't believe in God. So that's reason, if you're a member of the Communist Party, if you were a member in my country, you didn't believe in God because by the philosophy, communism doesn't believe in God in my country. That's how was it. So in Vietnam, it's not like that.
No.
So you can be Buddhist and be a communist.
Yeah.
So you're telling me there is a lot of communists, they believe in God.
Yes. You know, in there, if you work, I tell you, you work in the government, they
Okay.
don't care you follow any religions.
Okay.
For example, like you follow the Buddha, you follow the Christian, Muslim or whatever.
So it's beautiful. That's
Yeah,
really
we
that's
accept
really
it.
beautiful freedom that you have.
Yes,
Really nice.
We have many religions in Vietnam.
So what is the main religion?
It's the Buddhism and Christian.
Buddhism, and what else?
And Buddhism and Catholicism, something. And some of them be Muslim.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So what is the percentage? I've heard the percentage of Christians are 5%, right? And then there is like some religion that I never heard before, that it's mixed with Victor Hugo, which is very interesting.
We call it Cao Dai.
Yeah, do you know something about that religion? Can
Yes.
you share with us? Because it's very interesting. I never heard about that.
Yeah, because I just believe in that, but I don't know too much about that, but I know about it. We call it the Cao Dai. The Cao Dai is the Cao is the high one. Dai it look like the Cao Dai look like you stand on a high place, you look down. Look like the gods on a high place, they look down and they help everybody.
So and they believe in Victor Hugo, who was a writer.
That's the mix many religions together.
They mixed many religions
Yeah,
together, but you
but,
know who was the Victor Hugo, right?
Yeah, I know about Victor Hugo.
But like, how do they see him
Yeah.
as a saint, or how do they, or they like his teachings, or what do they like about him so much that he became part of their religion?
But I think this for that one, that means they accept for everybody on the world together. They don't care too much about where you're from. If you're Europe, or Greece, or Vietnamese, or anywhere in the world, or Chinese, they come together if you believe in this religion.
But so that's how they formed that religion, right?
Yeah.
So everybody from different countries, they brought something, their originality, they make a soup. they make like a multiple, yeah.
But
So-
important, you know, Christian, Buddhism, and even Cao Dai show they also make you go to the good way, the right way, to make you to become a good person, and make you make a good thing, and for this life, and you make many good things for this life, and for the next life, to become a good people, good person for the next life, and you had a good life also.
Tell me, do you believe in God?
Believe, yeah, everybody believes.
Uh-huh.
We believe in this, but we don't follow.
We don't follow, yes, even many religions, even though they say they don't follow God because it's all about love, right? we wouldn't have wars if we believe in God.
Just for a joking. Sometimes, oh my God. Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, oh my Buddha.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right? But sometimes, oh my mom.
Definitely. Mom is always.
Yeah.
Mom is always.
Yeah.
So tell me, how many kids do you have?
I just have one.
One.
Yeah.
And do you have a policy like in China, put one kid per family, or you can have as many kids as you want?
Was it illegal in Vietnam? In here, about 5-10 years before, just two. The two. And not like in China. In China, the year before, you must have the boy in the family. But in Vietnam, we don't think too much about it. Even the girls or the boys, we love all of them. And in here, so if you work in the government, cannot more than two. If you work in the government, just maximum is two.
Why is that?
I don't know, because many people say if you work in the government, it's for joking. If you get more children, that means you have to work hard and you have more money from the government to take care of your families.
Then in like many countries you have policy 0 kids. Yeah. Tell me this. So you know how every country like Japan and America, I don't know, Serbia, Croatia, so every country has someone that see as enemy, they don't like so much. German and French, for example. Who is that with Vietnamese? Because I thought that's Vietnam and America, but now you're telling me no, you don't hate America. Do you have some country that you never get along with, or you don't?
Now there's many countries that come to Vietnam, we had a good relationship with them. So good relationship with them for working and for the government also, and for everything. If you ask me, say which country, which kind of people we not really happy, I cannot understand. I cannot answer you that question.
I'm really happy for you, Vietnamese people, that you cannot answer that question. Because I can answer that question. Yeah, in many countries we can answer that question big time.
In here, if you go to a countryside, you ask the local people in the countryside. You ask them.
They're the most honest. So
what
tell me what they say.
What kind of people you hate, you don't like? They will say Chinese.
Why is that?
So now we have a problem with Chinese people on the sea.
Because of that.
Yeah, the Chinese people, we think they're the big sport, the big fraud, they want to squander us. They want but the world is just on the town. So we don't want
to be swollen.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody wants to be swollen. But tell me, I want to ask you, what is the family life here? Are you macho man, traditional guys, like a woman cooks, cleans, takes care of the baby, you go to work? Or it's an equality between man and woman? So do you change diapers to your baby as a man?
It doesn't matter about that, And they say, how are you? At home? You cook at home? Or you have to cook?
Yes, my husband doesn't cook. He cooked for my birthday. Yeah. That's like probably second time in his life. What about you?
I said, here sometimes I had to cook. Sometimes I had to do the laundry. Yeah, sometimes I had to cut care of the baby. Hey, sometimes I had to do everything.
So that's normal?
Yes, yeah, that's normal. Normally my wife do everything. But sometimes we had to help them.
But tell me, like, is a man and woman, are they paid the same in Vietnam? The same, like, can a woman do like any job she wants to, like a man, or no? Can she be a policeman?
Some really hard job is only for the man. The money we pay for them is higher than the lady.
But can she apply for that job?
Yeah.
So do you have more women or men in government?
Man is more, but now is the prime minister is the woman.
It's a woman.
Yeah.
Tell me, like, what about gay population in Vietnam? Is that open? Are people like open about it? Do you have gay community in Vietnam?
No, the population in Vietnam?
Gay population, homosexuals.
No, I don't know exactly about it. 80 or something. 70 or 80, I don't know exactly. I don't know exactly.
I don't know if you're understanding me what I'm asking you. You know what is homosexual?
What is?
When a guy have a sex with a guy,
Yeah.
or girl have a sex with a girl.
Yeah.
So do you have? Is that
Yeah,
open? Is that open in
Yeah, that's what I
Vietnam?
say. It openly, you know, that's what I say is 70 or 80% the people they now they accept what they accept.
They accept. That's what you told me. 72. But so it's publicly. It's so publicly government like on TV. You can see gay people. They're like working on TV, working as a teachers. It is like that, right?
Yeah, not like before, you know, anymore. You know, now we open for everything.
You're more open for. You're open. It wasn't like wasn't before anywhere in the world. We are
Yeah.
changing.
So
So
before the people in here, the only think is they're not open for anything. They think that if the problem with the gay love a gate, they don't like it. Oh my God, that's not normal. Don't do that. Because now, with the TV, with the web, with the internet, with this, and more the knowledge come with us, and more good thing, new thing come with us. We open for everything, and now everything is it should be okay. If they're happy.
that's nice.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is your favorite country, or for example, what is the most popular country outside of Vietnam to Vietnamese people? Like some country that a lot of young people would like to visit and go.
Yes, for James, is most of the people in Vietnam they want to go to some country like Spain, Korea, America. It's America because many people want to go there. They want to see what the big country.
Yes, America, it's a beautiful country.
Yeah,
Beautiful country. In Spain, amazing country.
Yeah.
Korea, I never been to Korea, so I don't know. So Spain and Europe and America, they're two top choices, right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And for me, I prefer to go to Finland or Sweden or Norway.
Why?
I never see snow outside, you know.
Why is that? Like because of the nature, because of
Because
the
of nature, they say that tree of good country, the best country on the world for education. And
Yes.
the first and the nature also. I want to see the winter.
The winter. Oh, you can go to Russia to see the winter if you want to. Oh, you can come Serbia, America. Many
Yeah,
choices
yeah.
for winter. You don't. Yeah, many choices for winter. Winter is beautiful. You don't have a winter in this part of Vietnam.
In the South Vietnam, we never see the snow in here.
What about north?
In the north, sometimes on the mountains you have the snow in there, but not much.
Not much.
But in Vietnam, you know, about 23 degrees, which is cold.
It's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, 5 years before, 4 or 5 years ago, 18 degrees. 18 degrees, that is terrible time for us, you know, many people die. The problem in North Vietnam, just about 2, sometimes 0. The vegetable dies, the animal dies. And in the South Vietnam, 18 degrees, many old people
Die.
Yeah.
So tell me this: how big it's average apartment in Vietnam? The size of the average apartment. What do you have? Like, for example, in Europe we have one living room and we have bedrooms. In America we have a living room, we have family room, and we have bedrooms. How people in Vietnam live?
In Vietnam, for example, like in my family, we
Okay.
had a living room
Okay.
and we had the separate bedroom.
Separate bedroom. Bedroom for your kid and bedroom for you and your
Yeah,
wife.
for me and wife get together, and the room for my parent, and the room for my brother.
Okay.
Separate, and we had the kitchen.
Okay.
Yeah, that the kitchen, that the place for us when we come together for lunch or dinner.
Who cooks, your wife or your mother?
My mother and my wife.
Who better cooks, your mom or your wife?
No, not them. My father.
Your father.
Yeah.
That's a politically correct answer. Very smart man. You're a very smart man. You don't want trouble in your
Yeah,
household.
I take it serious. My mom, she cook very salty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but when we have lunch or dinner, I asked my dad. He said, "Very good, very good. Everything your mom cook is very good." that my mom cooked very salty.
But like that's reason he stayed married. He's a very wise man. You should listen to your dad.
Yeah, but he enjoyed everything she cooked. Yes, that's the way my mom.
What is the divorce rate in Vietnam? Do you know? How many people get divorced?
It's a lot, not for a young guy.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
For a younger generation.
Yeah.
So, do you have arranged marriages, or your parents pick up who is a good wife for you, or you choose your
I
wife?
choose by myself.
You choose by yourself.
Yeah. I choose by myself. You know.
But what is tradition? What was in all times?
You know, tradition or before the parents they will have you find a girl for you. You know the problem look like the Chinese before. If you want to have the good daughter-in-law, you have to choose that the good family, the first, the good family, the second, the face is no need to beautiful lady, but the body should be nice. If the body is
to have like a big breast?
yes, and this one also
Divac, like a Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, easy to get birth. Yeah.
So they can give a birth.
Yeah, so they choose like that.
But not anymore, right?
Not anymore.
So you just have like a, do you date, do you have all those like Tinder, Instagram, do you have that, or in Vietnam?
Yeah, we have it.
You do have.
Yeah. And now, I don't know how in another country, but in Vietnam, because in many countries come to Vietnam, for example, like in America, you come here, you have the Facebook, right? Instagram. Okay, we have Facebook and Instagram and WhatsApp. As together, it's many people from Korea. They come here. We have the K-Talk, and many people from China come here. We have the V-Talk, WeChat also. And now in Vietnam, look like the place for the miss everything.
Just for because they don't have in other countries.
Yeah.
So they have
So
they
we
come
have
here.
many things on the phone.
So tell me, like, is prostitution legal in Vietnam or no?
Which one?
Prostitution.
Again, please.
So I'm asking, like, do you have prostitutes in Vietnam or no? Sex ladies.
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
Is that like by law, or it's just
Illegal.
It's illegal. Okay.
You know, if you do like that, we have a problem. First for the lady and even for the man. If the police see that, we have a problem.
For both. I think that's the right way. Not just for a lady, it should be also for a man.
Yeah.
Because if there is no man, there is no lady. Tell me this, like, is there like a lot of drugs in Vietnam or no?
What?
Is there like for example, like in many countries in the world, young people have a problem with the drugs. So we, as a society, Western culture, we have a problem with a lot of people using drugs. Yeah, drugs, alcohol, different forms of. What about Vietnam?
It's in Vietnam. Look at the center for that one. You know why? I don't know if you watch on the TV, on the web or not. You know, a couple months ago, the Vietnam looked like the center for the drugs and heroin, and not like by kilogram anymore. They carry the heroin and the drugs to here like ton. What container? It's a lot of things, and many young guys here in Vietnam. Even the government and the police they control, but you know, the young guy they do the drugs all the time.
Young guys.
Yeah, and even they go to the bar, they also use. And
so is that like something of concern of the government? They're fighting against that, and like, you know, I don't know if you know the in Philippines, he became very popular because he was fighting very brutally with the people there selling drugs. So what is the law in Vietnam about that?
Philippine Prime Minister Duterte.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he famous here?
And he's famous not only in Philippines,
He's
in Vietnam
famous
also.
everywhere.
Yeah.
But do you see him as a positive figure or negative? How do you view him in Vietnam?
Yeah, in Vietnam, we think that we should do like him a bit. Sometimes he do the good thing. Sometimes we not agree what he doing. Yeah. But in Vietnam, the government and the police department, they control everything like that. But anybody they want to do something wrong in the other country.
Of course, they can do it.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Tell me, do you know where is Serbia?
Serbia.
Yeah.
Serbia. So, how to talk about Serbian? The Serbia for the Serbia is that actually with me. It's the news gas, the new markets from new gas from Serbia come to this island also.
To Vietnam. And
To Vietnam.
you have it probably from Croatia, also from Bosnia, right? From all that region people
Yeah.
come. So tell me, they told me the biggest tourism is from China and Russia.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, now about 70% from Russia.
70% from Russia,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, and then China.
And China.
Yeah, but now they had a problem. In China they had a problem with the virus, so
I know,
Nothing
I know.
anymore.
It's very sad. It's very tragic, really, for Chinese and for the whole world. Thank you very much. Can you say something in Vietnamese, for example, please come and visit my country or something nice?
by Vietnamese.
Yeah,
Are you sure by Vietnamese?
say it in Vietnamese.
Say Vietnamese. Xin chào, thì cảm ơn anh Nam. Thì hôm nay tôi rất là vui khi mà được trò chuyện cùng với anh Nam. Thì đến với đất nước của chúng tôi thì chúng tôi rất là vui khi mà chào đón các bạn đến đây. Thì hy vọng là trong tương lai thì bạn sẽ đến đây một lần nữa và bạn sẽ cùng với bạn bè và gia đình cùng đến đây thăm đất nước Việt Nam của chúng tôi, một đất nước Việt Nam rất là xinh đẹp.
So all of that was like a welcome to my country.
Yeah, no, I just talk about that later first. For you later, man.
Thank you very much.
Yes,
Thank
Thank
you.
you very much.
Thank you.
And